Howdy, it's Dr. Alejandro.
And I'm Dr. Emily.
And as many of you know, we have 4 clinics on our first 3 years in practice.
If you're ready to level up your business, find us at paththovictorychiro.com to get on the path to victory.
Every time you grow, you outgrow someone or something. We're in a situation that we've never been before. We have more clinics, more revenue, more staff, and all that equals more problems. People look at it like, wow, that's amazing. Yes, it is amazing, but it's a lot of problems as well. And what we need to realize is that what the systems that got us from point A to point B is not going to get us to point C, And a system that got us to see 20 patients a day wasn't the same system that got us to see 100 patients a day. And it's not going to be the same system that is going to get us to 200 patients a day, And some people are in your life to serve a purpose. And after serving their purpose, they might leave or you might remove them. And that is totally fine. That's what people need to understand. I was talking recently with an office owner, and he was telling me that right now his office keeps growing and he has an office manager that is amazing, but that office manager has got him to point B and he wants to go to point C to go to point D. And he was telling me she's great, but she's not going to get me to point C, not even close to point D. So I'm going to have to move her to the side. I don't have to fire her, just move her to another seat and hire someone that is going to get me to point C and point D. And I'm like, what if she's not willing to do that? If she doesn't want to move to the next seat? Well, unfortunately, then we're going to have to open the door and let her go, and she served her purpose. I'm like, that's interesting. But if she's bought into the mission, she'll be humbling enough to move to the right seat. And that's when, as we keep growing, we're frequently doing audits. Do we have the right person on the right seat?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes the person that is on the back probably is the person that you need on the front. So it's right person, right seat.
Mm-hmm. I think that's called The Energy Bus, that book, where he talks about that. The author, Jim something, he talks about having the right person in the right seat. Do you have the right person, first of all? Do they match your core values? Are they bought into the mission? If you do, amazing. Now, are they in the right position in your business? There are a lot of times where we've had to move people around because we know they're the right person, but they're not necessarily in the right position, highlighting their strengths or eliminating their weaknesses.
Correct. And then let me call you there. It's like sometimes we feel we're in our head, and we talked about this. Like you told me, I feel I'm in my head. But it's not that you're in your head. It's just you're leveling up.
Mm-hmm.
Because growth is not building comfort. Growth is building capacity. Yep. And capacity is built on the moment of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're having that inside battle in your head, that's when everything's happening. You're just leveling up.
Yeah, you're testing your systems too, and that happens. I was actually going to talk about discomfort because there's a lot of times where we talk to a lot of business owners who hold on to staff or to people or to team when they know that that person is not going to get them to point C, but because it's so uncomfortable to think about firing them and hiring somebody and the whole onboarding process and training them and, but this person knows our business and they love us and we love them and they know all the things to do and I don't want to train somebody, but that's literally holding you back and it's not going to get you to that next level. And so if you can put aside the discomfort, the temporary discomfort for the ultimate growth, you have to be able to do that and get out of your feelings a little bit there too. I know we love our team. We treat our team like family, but there are definitely some people on our team who aren't going to get us to that next level. And we know that. And when that time comes, either we're going to have to move a seat or they're going to have to be removed from the business altogether. And there's no hard feelings. It's just that where we're going, they're not coming with us and they're not willing to grow and level up to that next point. And so if that's the case, they're either with us or they're not. Mm-hmm. And there's no hard feelings with that. It's just that we have a mission bigger than ourselves, bigger than our family, bigger than our feelings, that we need to get to. And there's just going to be some people who we lose along the way.
And you mentioned the word mission again. It's basically been on the past 2 episodes. We've been talking about mission. And 3 episodes ago, that was the main title, basically the mission. And I'm a big believer that every every new level exposes your next weakness. So it's up to you if you ignore it or fix it.
That's right.
You know, and if you guys want more information about this and how we are handling the 4 offices and all the problems that we're going through, that is actually, we need to enjoy the problems because we've never been here before. Feel free to go to our website, pathtovictorychiro.com.